The good news is the Green Bay Packers are about 5 months through the 2025 offseason. The bad news is they've got about 2 months to go. On today's show, I'm going to give you my list of things that if I were Brian Gutekunst, this would be on my to-do list over the next couple months to get ready to go into the 2025 NFL season. Make sure you guys are sticking around as well because we're going to be counting from 4 to 1. My most important thing is going to come later. Stick around. Stay tuned. I'm curious to see if you agree with me or not. But also, make sure that you guys turn on those notifications, okay? Hit that bell for me. So that way, every single time we put out a new video, you guys can be right there as quickly as you can. We like to call it the Noti Gang. We got 735 cheeseheads in there right now. My goal is to get 15 off this video, put that number up to 750. How you join the Noti Gang? It's simple. Subscribe to the channel, click that bell emoji, turn on all and enable YouTube notifications on your device, whether it's phone or computer. Join it today and get those notifications on. Let's start at number 4. I think extending Zack Tom, if I were Brian Gutekunst, would still be on my to-do list. And we talked about this just a couple days ago. Zack Tom has apparently been in conversations for an extension and once above $25 million per season is asking for over $25 million per season. And that would put him right now at second highest in terms of highest paid right tackles per year. He'd be above Lane Johnson, who's sitting at 25 flat. So if he wants over that, obviously, he goes up into that number 2 spot. I don't think he'd get Penei Sewell money at $28 million a year. I think he might be worth it, guys. I know that seems like it's a lot of money, but that's just the state of the National Football League right now. He's 26 years old. He's still really, really young. He had a phenomenal season in 2024. His lowest PFF grade was an 82.1 with his pass blocking grade. His run blocking grade was at a 90. Only 5 sacks allowed over the last 2 seasons and over 2,100 snaps. It's very, very hard to find good right tackles in the National Football League. The Green Bay Packers have their good right tackle, okay? So now you got to just lock them in, lock them down, and pay them in. I need you to fill in the blank for me. Zack Tom should get paid blank per year. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. How many million are you giving Zack Tom? Let me know your answer. On my third to-do list, and maybe this one isn't for Brian Gutekunst, more on the coaching staff, is figure out where Lukas Van Ness fits in this defense and fits on this team. This is a really, really interesting situation. He's a really, really interesting player. Back in minicamp, this was before minicamp, this was in OTAs, Matt LaFleur said there's a lot of thought about Lukas Van Ness taking some snaps inside at defensive tackle rather than exclusively on the edge. And you could see it in his body, right? He's already looking much, much bigger, already looking like he's trying to put on that weight, trying to bulk up to be that defensive tackle, take those defensive tackle inside reps. And I think it's just going to be important to figure out which one he excels more in. Not only for him, but for this defense as a whole. Because you look back over the last couple of seasons, and he's been good, but he hasn't been anything spectacular. 33 tackles in 2024, a little bit better than in 2023. He had less sacks, less tackles for loss. The big jump up that he took was in quarterback pressures and quarterback pressure rate. That's trending in the right direction. But the quicker this is figured out, the better for those both on the exterior and the interior of the defensive line. I think he's got a really good chance to be good on the inside, but I think they just got to figure out which place he's going to be better at and where he's going to get more reps in, okay? Still to come. Don't go anywhere. We got 2 more to-dos if I were Brian Gutekunst. There's some good ones. Curious to see if you guys agree with them. But I think something we all agree on is you should subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's free to do, locks us in. Again, we give you daily videos on the green and gold, news, rumors, analysis, weekly watch parties. When the football season rolls around, it's a 2-way conversation, 100% free. Today's the day to do it. If you haven't yet, hit that big red sub button and join us right here on the Packers Report. Number 2, I think this team should sign a quarterback. And one of the big reasons that I think that is there's still a lot of really good options available. And when you look at the current state of this cornerback room, I'm not in love with what it has, okay? I'm excited about Nate Hobbs, but I like him on the inside more than on the outside. And since Jair Alexander left, he's going to be on the outside. Curious to see if Keyshawn Nixon can play that cornerback one spot. Javon Bullard's making the move from safety to nickelback. And it's like, I know that this team has played a lot without Jair Alexander over the last couple seasons, 20 games to be exact. So I'm not saying because Jair Alexander's not in this lineup, that's why I'm so worried about them. I just don't know if it's the most elite group in the National Football League. I don't even know if it's middle tier. And there's some good free agent cornerbacks still available at the current recording of this video. Asante Samuel Jr. is still available. Stephon Gilmore is still available. Kendall Fuller and Rasul Douglas as well. Any of those four guys, I believe, can give you a really good season in 2025 if they can stay healthy. Now, that's been the big question mark. That's a lot of the reasons why they are still available. But, like, at the end of the day, there's still a lot of really good options, okay, at that cornerback spot. You can't say that about every single spot in free agency. Cornerback is one of the ones you can say that about. When you look at this room, like, the group is fine. But if you want to compete for a Super Bowl, you need to be better than just fine. Fine isn't good enough. Fine doesn't win championships, especially when it's on the defensive side of the ball. And it's not like this defensive line is good enough to make up for it, in my opinion. They weren't last year. I'm not really expecting them to take that much of a step up this next year. So fine's not going to cut it. They can add in some pieces, add in a person, maybe two, to get at least a little more competition in there and a little bit more skill. You tell me down below. Name a cornerback you want the Packers to sign. I just gave you four options. You don't have to choose any of the four I just chose. You can choose whichever one you want, but let me know your answer in the comments section. My number one thing on my to-do list is to at least field trade offers at the wide receiver position, okay? Now, notice I didn't say trade a wide receiver. Just listen. See if the phone's ringing. Maybe put your ear up to the empty can with the string on the other side of it. Because there's a lot of teams across the National Football League that need wide receivers. And this is a really, really, really crowded room. If you look at the guys that I believe are going to be of serious impact, you have Matthew Golden, Jayden Reed, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, he'll join you after Week 12 most likely, Savion Williams, Mecole Hardman, probably Bo Melton in there as well. Like, let's be honest, guys. I know you don't like to hear this, but this is way too many wide receivers, in my opinion. Like, there's only one football. Sure, it's great to have a lot of really good options at wide receiver. Something this team was wanting last year. But think about this. With all six of those players, we're not even counting Tucker Kraft as a pass-catching option, Luke Musgrave as a pass-catching option, or Josh Jacobs catching the football or running the football. Like, I get it. These are champagne problems. Oh, no, this team's got too many good offensive weapons. Go cry me a river. But there is one football to share. And I know it's great to have a ton of options. I know it's great for Jordan Love to have a ton of guys that can make plays with the football in their hand. But if you have tradable assets, like a Dontavian Wicks, like a Romeo Doubs, like a I don't know anybody, at least listen. It's not going to hurt you any bit to just listen what's out there. Again, there's a lot of teams that would kill to be in your position with some great wide receivers. There's a lot of teams that would trade you something they have to get one of your wide receivers. So at least listen. See if there's anything out there. Make sure you guys got me on social media. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram at Joey Petersen 8 on both of those platforms. And also make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We do this thing every single day. We cover the Packers harder and better than anybody else on this platform. We're also the quickest growing individually owned Packers channel on YouTube. So lock us in today by subscribing.